Hey, did you notice we have our old music back, our original music? Remember that was a different version of our music that was in that video, and now it's updated to like our original music. That's
I thought
cool.
you were playing the original music.
Well, no, it was a different version of it. It was like a little funkier and not quite as bright and poppy.
Oh, in that video,
Yeah, in that introduction.
Yeah, I did notice that. Maybe
it's back to the way it was.
Maybe
Anyway, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or wherever you may be across this beautiful blue-green globe of ours. Welcome to Real News Live. It's a Tell the Truth Wednesday with Mike and Jen. I'm your host, Mike Bara, in Las Vegas, Nevada, who hopefully has an internet that works all day today. And joined, as I always am, by my co-host on Mondays and Wednesdays, the lovely lady with the lustrous hair from Hayden, Idaho, Jennifer Falah. Jen, how was your Tuesday?
Good Tuesday. Busy.
All right. Top of the thing I want to send out some well wishes to the mom of Scott Ferguson, one of our mods and our friend, whose mom is in the ER right now. She's got a fairly severe dehydration issue, and she's on fluids and stuff. So let's all wish her some thoughts, prayers, well wishes to get better and feel fine as quickly as possible. So
and that's why we were late. I had just went and did a quickie healing.
Yeah, Jen just did a healing on her, so that's good. So, all right, lots of news and things to talk about today. I think we have a Gentel update from Jen. You did one yesterday on philosophy, correct? No,
I just have the Monday's Gentel.
Okay.
I did my own show yesterday. Yes, on philosophy.
Okay. Well, we had a little bit of an update. That's okay. While we wait for everybody to get in on both the Rumble and YouTube side of the house, we'll go through the usual stuff. If you miss a show, you can pop on over to MikeBara.blogspot.com where you can pick up all of these shows. There's Tell the Truth Wednesday with Mike and Jen right now. You can also pick up previous shows we've done. Last night's epic Toxically Masculine Tuesday, where we played the Donald Trump Iran video. You may have enjoyed that thoroughly. Also, stuff like my interview with AJ from the Y-Files from a couple of weeks ago, and lectures I've done, Ancient Aliens and JFK at the UFO Expo, articles I've written in the past. I don't do those anymore. UFO cases that I have gone through and examined and solved, and interviews I've done with people in the UFO community. I've got to get the Stanton Friedman interview. I interviewed Stan Friedman, the godfather of UFO research, back in 2019, just a few months before his death, and it was a really interesting interview. I've had that on my phone for months and years, and now it's time to post it up there so everybody can see it. So also, please do not forget to visit our wonderful sponsors, the folks over at the CBDgurus.com, where you can pick up all kinds of CBD-based holistic products for your health. Hit the wholesale tab, slide down to Mike B Wholesale, type in the discount code ALIEN, no capital A, no S on the end, just lowercase alien, and pick up this week's specials. In addition to your order, you're going to receive up to 10 million Bolivar along with your CBD order. That is an incredible deal. And this week's specials, we've got the broad spectrum gummies, the sleep gummies, which are wonderful, the Delta 8, the superfood probiotic. I'm thinking about taking that. I got to talk to Matt about that, have him send me drop some of that in the mail. And certainly something I could use with all the antibiotics I've taken in the last year or two. The Lotion 2000, wonderful stuff for your skin, is on sale this week at wholesale prices. The Miracle Gold, and was wondering now the CBD, the pain roll-on is great stuff. I've had a knot in my neck now or in my shoulder for like a couple weeks from spending too much time on the computer. It's wonderful for that, but it's not on sale this week, so maybe we can get it back on there next week. Matt and Lucas are great guys. They've got all kinds of awesome specials and awesome products to get you back to feeling your best. Also, please don't forget to visit our other wonderful sponsors, the folks over at MikeBaraPets.com. We can pick up all kinds of mushroom-based supplements for your fur babies, your dogs, your cats, your horses, your donkeys, and for yourself. Kristen and Diana, the mushroom ladies, will tell you that the human-based products did amazing things for their health, made them feel better. Meantime, we can get all kinds of great stuff for the dogs, the cats, mush puppies and mojos for the dogs, special sauce for the dogs, special sauce for the cats, the premium cat food, chill doggies for dogs that might have separation anxiety or don't like fireworks, mush ponies for the large breed dogs, and the horses and donkeys. Great stuff. And then the Enforce line of products for human consumption, which made such a huge difference for Diana and Kristen. Send an email to Diana at mikebarapets@gmail.com. That's mikebarapets@gmail.com. Link in the description for all this stuff. Diana will tell you her own journey. Kristen can share her stories. We'll have the mushroom ladies back on again soon, maybe this week, and tell their story. But you've got all these great products for human consumption based on the Coriolis versicolor and reishi mushrooms. They got everything over there. They got chocolates. They got coffee. They've got starter packs. They've got body balm. Send that email to Diana with whatever your issue or the issue of your fur baby is, and they will get you on the right suite of products to get yourself back to health. Also, please don't forget to visit our wonderful friends at LifeWave, the LifeWave patch products, which use the science of phototherapy to reflect your body's own infrared emissions back on itself and stimulate the production of stem cells. Right now, I'm on the X39 base patch. I'm on the SP6, which is great for appetite, hormone balancing, appetite suppression, and the energy enhancers to help with my inner ear and balance issues. I've had amazing results. My blood work, and I've lost 15 pounds since I started taking just the XP, or putting the SP6 and the X39 on all by itself over the last 5 or 6 months. It is truly amazing stuff. You can slide on through. There's a patch for pretty much everything. The Ice Wave patches work wonders for nerve pain, toothaches, that kind of thing. I can testify to that personally. Dave Bara can testify to that personally. Great stuff over at LifeWave. And again, link in the description. And Jen, why don't you tell us what's going on over at jenniferfallah.com this week?
If you'd like to get my classes, if you would like to work on your psychic development, increase your intuition, learn how to do interdimensional meditation, seek your own answers, they are on sale. Go and get them now. That sale is going to be ending at the end of the week. So if you've been wanting to get my classes, there's 9 video classes, but probably about 25 hours of instruction. They are videos that will be sent to you. You can own them. You can go at your own pace. Go back anytime you'd like. Email me after purchase, and I will send them to you. If you'd like to get a healing from me, you can get that. I need everybody to email me after purchase from this website for healings, classes, because I'm going to need additional information from you. You can also reach Susan Gretz and Marcy Howell if you would like a house cleanse. Marcy is great about that. It's a good time of year, spring cleaning. Let's get it done. Start out fresh and get rid of all the old energy and any bad guys that are interfering in your life. These girls do not work for me. If you purchase something from them on my website, you have to email them directly to schedule. Marcy will need more information from you. Their emails are in the write-up. You can also go to philosophy.com if you would like to book a reading with me. I do have availabilities in April. So I would get in there before the schedule fills up again and book your readings today. Just keep hitting the book button until you get to there, and you can purchase and schedule yourself. You do not have to email me if you do that on philosophy.com. And that is it.
Okay. So that's what's going on over at jenniferfallah.com and philosophy this week. Okay, let's head into the news segment banner and do this or this. Whoops. Nope, that's not it. Hi, Jen. You're big.
Hi.
There we go. You're big. Jen's big today.
Don't say that.
Jen's big. It's big.
Don't say baby
Sorry, I didn't
fat.
mean
Don't
that
say
way.
the F word. Thank you.
I know it pisses me off when somebody calls me Big Mike. I'm like, you want me to punch you in the face? Really? You want me to get all masculine on you? All right. I have a mewling kitty in there. Come on, Miss Fluffy Muffy. It's okay. All right, news. What is out there in the news? There is not a lot of conflicting information. The information is all the same. The information is we're ready to go. Now, the question is, what are we waiting on? The only things that I'm hearing that we are waiting on is some people say, well, the Clarity Act needs to be signed. That's the Cryptocurrency Act. That, as I understand it, or at least the rumor mill says that the Clarity Act is going to be signed in the next day or two by the president. So if that's what we're waiting for, that obstacle is cleared. That hurdle is cleared. Contrary to what TNT Tony might say to you, we are not waiting until the 15th. There is no date. Nothing has been delayed until the 15th. There are no contracts that need to be written, and there's nothing that needs to be reset. So that information from Tony is erroneous. And Tony, you can call me any name in the book you want. Go ahead, buddy. I don't care. I don't care. I'm not going to say that you're smarter than me in some areas and you know more about me about certain things like prison. I'm not going to say that out loud. I'm going to take the high road here, Tony, on this one. So you got all that stuff going. But the other thing that is considered really relevant is what Jen, I believe I'm quoting you correctly here, Jen, told you the other day, is that once Iran surrenders, basically waves the white flag and says, okay, we're done.
You told me that
the RV is going to happen. No,
you told me that.
I thought that was in the Gentel.
Oh, okay, I thought you just said I told you the other day. Okay, never mind.
No, you said that, but
it is in the Gentel 2 weeks in a row. That's what we're waiting on, is a white flag.
Is the white flag from Iran. And the next day we go. Now, I started to hear that from other sources. I do not believe these other sources know who Jen is, and I don't believe that they follow our show. If that's true, then that is the trigger, and that is what we're waiting for, and that is expected in the next couple of days if it has not already happened. We may be just waiting on the announcement that Iran, the regime, Islamic regime, is giving up, that Pahlavi is coming back. That doesn't even need to happen. It doesn't even need to happen. Reza Pahlavi does not need to be in the country. There does not need to be some sort of transition to this new government. That doesn't need to happen. We just need the announcement. And the next day, the announcement will be that the Iraqi dinar has revalued. There are some interesting developments in that we are finally arming some of the Iranian people. The Kurds have launched an incursion from the north. That puts additional pressure on the Islamic regime. They are ready to take down the government. Now, as Steve Doran pointed out last night on Toxically Masculine Tuesday on MikeBara.blogspot.com, that's not necessarily a good thing because they're Muslims too, but I don't think they're the same cut as the guys who are in charge of the regime. Otherwise, why would they be fighting them? I don't know. But that is apparently what we're waiting for. Now, I have one other piece of information, which is really important. You keep hearing about all this stuff on the bond side. Now, when we say the bond side, we are talking primarily about historic bonds, the so-called historic assets, Super Pacelli bonds, German railroad bonds, golden guns. I can tell you for a fact that someone I have spoken to today has received documents that person needs to complete their process for this week. Okay? I'm just telling you, there's I's to be dotted and T's to be crossed, but that's it. And then there is nothing standing between this person, who I know personally, from getting his payout. That process of the bonds being paid out this week, which I've got multiple sources, but this is one I talked to directly. That process continues regardless of what Iraq does and what Iran does, because those are to do with the currency reset, not the bond process. Once the bonds are being paid out, nothing can stop it. You've heard this many times before, but truly nothing can stop it. Then it's only a question of when do we book our appointments? Okay, so I have a very excited person who's been working on this for years and stands ready to do his thing. Jen, did you have anything you wanted to add, Gentel-wise?
Or wait for the white flag. I mean, if Iran still has the capability to take out Iraq, we need a white flag. we need to make sure that it's secure, the coast is clear. It's not that everything has to be perfect, but we have to ensure the safety of the people. And a lot of you are like, well, I don't care. It's across the world, and I don't care about the safety of the people. I want my... Well, you should care about the safety of the people. So that's what we're waiting for. Everything's ready to go. They're just waiting for the call. The Gentel said that there would be an announcement from Trump when we've gotten to that secure place. When we get that white flag, then there will be an announcement out of Iraq, and that is what we're waiting for. The readings this week so far, the RV is still there. Within a week's time, people are getting into their appointments as of now, or as of then, yesterday. Every day I go in and look at the financial timelines for these yearly forecasts, hoping it's still there. It's still there. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? You know what's cool that happened is I was looking at this financial timeline, which is like a line graph. And all day yesterday, it looked like it was off about a week to 10 days. And I was not happy about it. But then, at the last reading of the day, it moved up to like 4 days. Approximately. There's no markers on this timeline. So, I'll have to see when I start doing the readings today where it is now. But it's moving like this. So, that tells me that, because there's a war going on, they don't really know how Iran is going to hit back, where exactly they are. But we will get an announcement from Trump at that time, so that'll tell us, okay, now we're looking for an announcement out of Iraq, and we can get moving. Okay? So that's all I know for today.
Yeah, that's it, really. We just have... We're just waiting for Iran to say, okay, cry uncle. Okay, uncle, we're done. And then Iraq should follow within 24 hours. So that could happen anytime in the next 2, 3, 4 days. So, there are people on the financial side who say that, the geopolitical stuff has nothing to do with it. And they're partially right. It has nothing to do with the bond process, which is going forward anyway. But the bond process won't be released until all the geopolitics is lined up, right? So
it makes sense to complete the other tiers.
Yeah. And then we go. Yeah. So that's another tier that's done behind the scenes. It doesn't have anything to do with Iraq releasing rate. Right. Yeah, that makes sense. And then the currency folks, us, go after that. So 3 to 4 days seems about right because there were things we talked about yesterday on the Toxically Masculine Tuesday show, which is that Iran is running out of weapons. They're running out of missiles, they're running out of missile launchers, and they're running out of missile manufacturing facilities. So we keep bombing the shit out of that stuff, and their launches have just declined by 50% every day. And in about 4 days, it'll be down to 0. Once they can't even launch any missiles because they don't have any left at anybody, How are they going to fight? That would be the perfect time to surrender.
Oh, they're not typically people who surrender. So yeah. The Gentile this week said that the Iranian regime will collapse and surrender this week. So halfway through the week, still waiting.
We're getting close, but we're getting closer. The point is we're getting closer every day. So, All right. That, I think, guys, is pretty much where we are at. Questions for Jen. And when we get to that, which is coming right up, must include your real name and the name of the person, entity, or spiritual being that you're asking about. Okay. Give us your name. Give us their name. That's really important. It really helps Jen get connected. So, let's roll on through. We'll start with Super Chats and Rumble Rants. I guess I forgot to mention that you could... Oh, shit, I completely skipped over Rumble today, didn't I, Jen? But you can go to Rumble, and you can follow the channel, Real News Live with Mike and Jen. And let me show you. You can follow Real News Live with Mike and Jen, which is our channel. And we have 7,777 followers. We'd like to get up to 10,000. And you can subscribe to us there for a mere $5 a month. And or you can Rumble Rant. And when you Rumble Rant and subscribe, your questions go to the top of the pile when it comes time for questions and answers. All right. Let's get on to them. Start over on the YouTube side of the house. Debbie Roberts says, thank you so much for all you do. Does my husband, Alan, who passed 2 years ago, have a message for me?
Something about friends. You need to meet up with friends, do more things with friends. You've recently gotten new friends, or he wants you to make some friends.
He wants you to make some friends. Okay. Annie here, my mother's Huguette worsened. I don't know what that word means. Any idea?
Probably disease or something.
Yeah, any idea when she will be in a med bed? Annie, we don't know your mom's name, but Jen will try to connect for you there.
I'm just trying to find her. I really need more than that. I want to say within a month after your appointment.
Okay, yeah. Lori says, hi guys, RV aside, do you see retirement for me in 2026? Thanks a bunch.
I'm really looking at, I think I'm in like July, August without the RV, and when the RV comes before that.
Okay. Keisha Mitchell for $20. Thank you, Keisha. Hi, friends. Hope all is well. I have to have emergency surgery on my Achilles tendon very soon. Oh, that's awful. Do you see me being able to give them my retirement notice and not have to even go back? Sneaky RV question.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, you're done.
Good. Achilles, man, what'd you do? You playing basketball? You playing football? What the heck? You know, how do you tearing your Achilles is not an easy thing to do. Wow, I'm sorry to hear about that. Usually it's, football players get that a lot when they torque, when they plant and torque, and same thing with basketball players to a lesser extent. Hi, guys. It's Leo R. I have 2 potential humanitarian projects, A and B. Will I get funding for either one?
B first and A later. So both.
B first and A later. And my humanitarian project to go to the moon is going to be shot down because we don't own the moon, right? So, P. Green, hello. What happened to the $5,000 Bruce said Trump would send us from the tariff money? Well, ask Bruce, because I never told you that, but I'd like to see it, but I don't know. There is this NASARA thing. There is a provision in NASARA that has been quoted frequently that says that every American is going to get $110,000 payout from their birthright money that's been stolen. And that's been around for years. Now, if you give everybody $110,000, guess what? Everybody's going to just quit work, take the year off, and go on vacation.
No, they won't.
That wouldn't be a good thing for the economy. So it has been rumored that the way they will actually distribute this money is to give you $5,000 a month for, I don't know, 10 months, 12 months, or whatever to, what would that add up to? Oh, more than that. Several years to give you the money back that way. And they would couch it as being tariff money or Doge rebates. So that rumor's out there, but I don't know. You're going to have to ask Bruce. Jen, you got any thoughts on that?
So what I'm getting is that we're going to get access to your trust is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You will manage that trust depending on how old you are. And it will become your retirement. Depending on how old you are, you will have access to a certain amount of funds from that trust when you gain access to it. So they're not just going to send checks out to every American. It's okay, this is how much you have in your trust. This is how much we need to budget for retirement. You can have this percentage of cash out now to take care of things, pay off bills, whatever you need, go to college, whatever it is. That's what I'm seeing. I don't know where they got the $110,000 amount. But I think the amount will vary, but I do think that you can have access to a fraction of the cash that's in there.
Yeah.
When you gain access. And so
that may be the minimum or something. I don't know, but it was just in some of the NASARA documents I read over the years. So, and I always thought that the Doge payment / tariff money would be a good way to distribute that money without suspicion, right? Because you don't want people to know that they have a trust fund where they're worth billions and billions of dollars. So, Daryl Zaraga, $10. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Yeah, I think you told me once that like my birthright fund was like $4.7 million. Hey, you can give me that anytime, guys. You can let me have that it's probably a little higher than that now because of other mortgages and stuff, but hey, you can knock on my door and have me sign off for that anytime now. Jenny here. I had the best reading with Jen yesterday. Question, I have a pain in my left shoulder that runs down my arm. Is this a chiropractor fix or is it something more? I got to go to the chiropractor after this is all over.
You have a knot in a muscle back there. It's fixable.
Yeah, that's like exactly what I got going on. Kay says, hi, Jen and Mike. Your shows are a godsend. Thank you. Call me a broken record. Call me greedy. Am I an M or a B?
B.
Robin Bird Parker has a Gentel confirmed. She says, you said Rick would be okay after heart surgery, but you saw a second procedure tomorrow. Guess what? He's getting a pacemaker tomorrow. All right. Well,
thank you for the update. I'm glad that he's okay.
And she wants to know if she's an M or a B.
Multiple B.
Okay, Frederica Foxy Brown is here. Is this my last week of pull-ups? I don't know what that means. Am I an M or a B? I think she might be thinking about work. I don't know.
Oh, I know what you mean, Frederica. I don't know if it's the last week for that. Pretty close. M or B. Hi, M.
Okay. Frederica, you're one of the people I'm most looking forward to meeting when we have the party in Vegas. I'm just going to tell you that.
I've seen people attending our party in Vegas in June, as of now in the yearly forecasts.
In June. June means the NDAs are cleared, so we can talk. That'd be cool. Kenny S says, will I move to 5211 Powers Ferry Road property, or will I move somewhere else in Atlanta? That's Kenny S.
That's a good possibility. I'd say yes.
Okay. Robin says, do you see me purchasing land on Harlan Springs Road or the land on Householder Road? Thank you both.
Householder.
Householder Road. Okay, let us pop over to the Rumble side of the house. Did I freeze, Jan? Am I frozen?
I don't know. Move. Yeah, you're frozen.
Shit. Let me see if I can unfreeze.
Oh, now you're moving.
I unfroze. Okay. Now, am I still moving?
Yes.
Oh, okay, good. All right. So I figured out a way to do it. Every time I go to Rumble, I freeze for some reason. I don't know why. Okay, Jeannie already had that. Primetime Gal Robin is in here. Harlan Springs Road. We just did that. Kathy Mayhall, subscriber, says, Jen, do you still see me buying the property on 1025 in Stuart, Florida? 1025 in Stuart, Florida.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, let's switch back over to a Rumble or YouTube real quick. Dario says, I super chatted above. I have a meeting with a government entity today. Will it go well?
I think you're satisfied. I don't really want to say. I'm just going off of how you're feeling afterwards. I don't want to say that it went well. It went okay.
Okay. And then Robin Anderson says, do you see me in Virginia or Florida after this goes? And do I get humanitarian funds?
One question, please. Florida.
Florida.
I'm going to have to go down to Florida for like a month or two just to visit everybody. Everybody's going to be in Florida.
Have a show in Florida. I'm going to Florida end of the month to Cape Canaveral with hanging out with the Mel Carmine. That's always entertaining.
I've got so many invites to go to Florida and just stay at people's. It's going to be fun. I'm going to have to go to Florida for about a month.
Well, maybe we'll have to do a world tour or something. The Jen and Mike show or something. We'll do a comedy routine.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Hello, Mike and Jen. Elise here. Will I be living in Raleigh, North Carolina, or Georgia? And any idea when? I always want to ask two questions.
Georgia.
Georgia. Good for you, Elise.
I'm not getting a win as of now.
Okay.
Sometime in the summer, but it's moving. It's flip-flopping. So somebody's at that time. There's decisions being made. Going back and forth on your decision.
Florida is the steam bath I want to escape in the summer. It's almost as bad as Vegas. I saw the most beautiful $43 million house in Utah in the mountains on YouTube yesterday. It's like a Lord of the Rings style house. God, it was incredible. But I'm like, wow, $43 million? Really? Do I need a 7-car garage? Really? Do I need that? Okay, Sassy Termite, Robin Joe says, could you please tell me if I'm going to be an M or a B?
M. I don't think it quite makes it to the B. I heard M first.
Okay. Sue V is asking about her sister, Karen H, and wondering when she's retiring with a package offer. Karen H. When does Karen H retire with a...
I just heard next week.
Next week. Wow, good. Congratulations. Karen C, will I go to a military base to exchange?
No. Exchange Center.
Linda Gardening just got her CBD Gurus order yesterday. Well, I hope you got your 10 million Bolivar with it. That's going to be worth something. Mary Roberson wants to know if she'll buy a vacation home in Missouri. Who goes to Missouri for a vacation? People that live in Cleveland?
People have family.
Missouri.
I don't think it's in Missouri for the vacation home. Like, I feel like you have something there, but you choose on another property to build almost like a family compound somewhere else.
Okay, Salty Sister 555 has gifted a subscription to Real News Live with Mike and Jen to CK Carey 0328. Congratulations. And Beth Me is now a monthly supporter and got her little red castle. Thank you. Lisa Casella says, will I be an M or a B? Lisa Casella with a C.
B.
Okay. Beth L wants to know if her daughter Amelia and her new husband Tim will have a safe trip to Mexico. They're leaving on Sunday, traveling to Mexico City. I wouldn't go to Mexico right now.
Oh, Mexico City.
Mexico City.
Yes.
Amelia and Tim will be safe in Mexico City. What is it, like a honeymoon or something? That's fine.
They're really not messing with the tourists. They want the tourism. So I would stick to places that tourists go and don't venture off too much.
Okay, Shazam, we don't have your real name, and we can't give you financial advice about when is the best time to sell your silver. Sell it when you want to sell it. That's financial advice, and Jen and I can't do that. Look, if you bought it at $20 7 months ago, you're going to make money on it. So, Jen, Linda Fossey here. When I had my reading with you, you told me I had 4 angels and 3 spirit guides. I know that to be true for sure, or I wouldn't be here today. Can you tell me who my magnificent angels are? Like, what are their names? This is Linda.
Like all of them?
I guess.
What's the first and last name again?
Linda Fossey, Fossi.
I don't think I'm going to get the names for you today, but it looks like you have like a blonde female. There is medium reddish brown hair, beard, short beard, mustache, shoulder length hair, male. And there is a darker haired male with no facial hair. I'm not getting the names right now. I'm just seeing them.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. You don't need to address them by name. You say angels? You always want to start out talking to God before you address your spirit guide. You can actually just give them names too and tell God, okay, we've got Frank, Jeff, and Teresa here, and I'm going to call my angels that, God. And so if I say Frank, Jeff, or Teresa, that's who I'm addressing, and let no one else respond.
Okay. Except
for my, true angels. So you just want to tell God that, because we don't want to start talking to somebody that we think is an angel and it's not. It's a deceiver. a trickster spirit. So just when addressing, talk to your spirit guide, or God or Jesus. You don't really need to talk to them. Your answers should be coming uh, from God, Jesus, your spirit guide. So we always want to be really specific about who we're talking to, so we're not led astray.
Shazam's name is Sarah, and honey, we still can't give you advice about when to sell your silver, but she did ask, will I have a good day next Monday or Tuesday? Will I have a good day, Sarah?
An excellent day.
An excellent day. All right, Debbie P, Deby, Debbie P, can you see what is the cause of my loud ear ringing, and will I be able to get rid of it? Boy, I can relate to that.
Mm-hmm. Meniere's, isn't that where the little nerve is starting to go bad?
Yeah, it's one of the ways. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had, by the way, to update you guys, I had my hearing test on Monday. It did not go well. It's funny because, Jen, I go through periods where the ringing is not there, and I feel like I can hear much better out of this left ear. And I just asked for, could I have a really good day when I take the test? And I didn't. I had a lot of ringing, and my ear felt plugged, and I was terrible on the test. I've lost 50% of the hearing in my left ear over norms. And it just sucked. It's like, so apparently there's some sort of nerve thing going on in there. We don't know yet.
Yeah. Did they give you any kind of reason why?
No. Well, it's the 4G.
It was just a hearing test.
The 5G plus towers. Yeah, this was an audiology company that just did the hearing test, because what we were looking for is there any variation between the first test I took back in January and this one? If there's variation, that means it's not nerve damage. That means that the balloon insertion thing might be worth doing. But if there's no significant change, then there's no reason to go through that procedure that I can see. So that's what we were trying to determine. Debbie with an IE wants to know if her dear friend Lucretia has a message for her. She passed in June of 2021.
She's listening. She knows that you've been through it. She's tried to be supportive over the years. Everything's going to be fine. You guys, sometimes you'll see me looking at the spirit. That's because I've gotten a first and last name of the individual or first and last name of the spirit. I do not allow any spirits to just walk in and talk to me because of what I do. So I call them to me. And that's why I need a first and last name. You'll never say, "Oh, hey, somebody's dad is here." No, nobody's getting through my shields over here.
Yeah, because that could be anybody, good or bad, coming in, right?
And then there's some people that I talk to in readings, not creepy or weird or anything, say, "Well, I was sending you messages today. Did you get them?" I'm like, "No, dude, I'm sitting over here in a mirrored bubble of light. Do you know how many people are trying to send me telepathic messages? It's blocked.
Yeah.
You're going to have to use your words,
Call me. Nikki, Nikki, says, "Love you both." Her dog Jackson, Jaxon, looks at me intensely like he's trying to tell me something. What's he trying to say? What is Jackson trying to communicate to his mom?
He's concerned about you.
Oh.
I think you've been nervous lately or anxious. Your animals are very in tune to energies and they communicate telepathically. So they're very in tune to your energies. So this dog is really loves you, and so he's trying to figure out what's going on with you. Is there something I can do? Are you okay?
Mm-hmm. He's trying to figure out what's going on with you. Carrie Swan says, I was told from my retirement processing office that I would receive a lump sum. If this is true, how much will it be? I will tell you this, Carrie, that the taxes on lump sums are really high, like 30%. So it would be better to take it a different way if it's possible. But
A lump sum from what?
from her retirement. But I don't know. I don't know what your retirement is. I didn't tell you.
So what is she asking me?
How much it's going to be. But I don't think you can tell her that.
No.
Ask your retirement office, hon. Dragon John wants to know if you see him living in East Texas.
That's the best possibility. Somebody else has another idea. We'll see who wins on that one.
Yeah, usually that's somebody else's the wife. Okay, this is Jackie. Is the pain in James' lower back scar tissue, or is it something else he should have checked out?
Like, who is James? So let's see. Let me just ask Jesus.
Probably her husband or something.
There is some scar tissue there, but there's also a little bit of deterioration on one of those discs.
Okay. Michelle wants to know about her friend's little dog named Mary Kay. Or sorry, her friend is named Mary Kay. The dog is named Buddy. He has quit eating, and several tests have been done. Can you see what might be going on with Buddy, the dog, the small dog?
He has a back molar tooth that hurts, or whatever those are.
Oh.
The decay is just below the gum line, so it may not just be seen. It hurts when he chews. I don't think there's infection there yet.
Hey, take him to the vet and get his teeth checked out. Tell him that's where the problem is. See, that's what she's good for. She nails that stuff. Annette is getting really stressed about money, and she wants to know if you can see any relief in sight for her, Annette.
Well, there is a big possibility for some big relief in sight, if all goes well. Otherwise, if it's delayed anymore, you will receive a call. About some kind of assistance you weren't thinking about.
That happened to me once. I took a leave of absence from Northrop Grumman for 6 months, and they basically called me up and handed me $10,000. I didn't even know I was eligible for. So I was like, that happens. It's nice when the universe takes care of you like that. God takes care of you like that. Samantha wants to know if you see her taking Braden to Florida this month.
This month?
This month. March.
Yeah. Last week. The last week of March.
Last week of March. Okay. Cheryl wants to know if there's a relationship possibility with John Kay.
There is.
Okay.
He's waiting to see where you're at with that.
Okay. Sounds like she's open to the idea. So.
What is it? It's like with these men lately, all these readings. I mean, everybody, they're all just like, the women are like, what the hell? Make a move. What are you doing? I'm right here. I'm right here. What are you doing? And all these men are just like, yeah, I don't know. Let's see how it plays out. Blah, blah, blah. And they're like, and then I can see that these guys like them, but they're doing nothing.
Yeah.
Something in the air.
Just in case anybody's watching, when I go to LA, third week in March, and I'm not going to name any names here, Julia, but I am going to make a move. So I will. I'm not going to be that guy. I'm going to make a move. All right. Karen, Patriot Nurse, says, great advice for the gummies for my dog Coda. I guess that's a reading she had with you. Oh, that's me. They work great, Mike. Great times we were living in, and we're closer than ever to our goals for the future. She wants to know how Barkley's doing. Barkley is a little better, I would say, than he was the other day. He continues to be very slow. He seems to lack stamina. He's out of breath. I don't know what's going on with him. We upped his steroids a little bit to try to help him. I think that may have helped.
How old is he now?
He's 13, almost 13. Be 13 in May. Has he just, it could be he's just too fat. Has he gained weight because we've been feeding him so much? I don't know.
Well, he's got arthritis in the back hips. I do think he might have a little bit of congestive heart failure starting. That can go a long time. Rosie had that, I think, for a long time. But the panting, is he panting?
Yeah, he's out of breath. Yeah. He's out of breath and walks slowly. It's not because he got a Librela shot, so his ability to get up, his back joints seems to be much improved, but he just doesn't have the energy, doesn't walk as far, and is panting and walks slower.
Okay.
Is it his heart? Is he overweight?
He's just getting older. He's got some stuff. I think it's the heart. Maybe talk to the vet about the heart.
Yeah. Does he have heartworms? Anything like that?
No. That would take him pretty quick, I think.
Yeah.
We bought this horse. When I was growing up. A horse, and it came with another pony. And I came home from school 3 days. 3 days later, I came home from school. My mom's like, "Your horse is dead," and I'm like, "Which one?" And it was the new horse, and the people that had him before never wormed him, and he had heartworms, and he just fell over stiff. Just boom, gone.
That's sad. Well, I mean, you can give him ivermectin for heartworm. I'll just do that.
Oh, horses, they eat off the ground. You have to worm them often.
Yeah.
And nobody ever did. These people didn't know anything about horses, and
yeah. So, is Barkley happy?
Is he happy?
Yeah.
Is he happy? Yeah, he's a happy little dude.
Okay, just checking.
He's happy. He's just, he's getting old, and he's like out of shape. He's got a little too much weight on him. He's got a heart condition. He's got arthritis in his hips.
The problem is we can give him the Librela for the arthritis. The problem is that he, the steroids seem to have helped with whatever was going on with his blood, but it makes him ravenous, so he eats more, so he's gained weight. And that, I think, he's gained like 20% of his body weight again in the last 3 or 4 months. So I feel like that's maybe putting too much of a strain on him. I don't know. But
are you giving him treats like people food? Yeah, stop doing that.
Okay.
I think it's fine when they're younger, but now it's really try to make his diet consistent.
I'll cut down. I want him to be. It's more important to me that he be happy and healthy. Well, not healthy. He's not going to be healthy if I overfeed him, but then buy an extra 6 months.
Well, stop giving him your scraps, especially bread.
He loves that shit. He looks at me with those little dog eyes and that little dog face, and I can't say no. What am I supposed to do? He just looks at me, Jen. He's just like, yeah, I'll give you my leftover ravioli, dog. All right, Sarah L says, should we begin to pay off our debt ourselves and use our reserves to buy a home, or wait for them to be forgiven and save it if we want a home later this summer? I can't give you financial advice, Sarah and L. But do you get anything you can tell her?
Well, the only reason I have debt right now is because I did the same thing. I just like, let it ride. Let's see what happens. I'll just pay the payments. Like I can do it. But I've kind of I've decided to start paying things down. Start getting rid of it. It's just stupid.
Yeah.
I think that's going to come when we go to gold. The debt forgiveness, but at that time when we go to gold, you'll have already RV'd and we won't even care. So alleviate your stress now. If it's getting to a place where it's a problem, handle it. I would not wait for anything to be wiped out.
Do what you need to relieve the stress now. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Clara says, seems like homes we're looking at and thought we were moving to have sold. It's because the timeline keeps moving. Where do you see Wayne and Clara moving to? And hope to meet you all soon. Love you guys.
I can't really answer that specifically because that would be making a decision for you. Now, where's your starting point? Did they give you that?
No.
Starting location?
No, maybe just give them a state. I don't know.
North.
Okay. Kathy with a K, M or a B?
B.
Andrea Lane with a Y-N-E. When do you see me retiring?
Gabriel says things and I'm afraid to say it. In a week?
In a week. Okay. That's
we'll
what Gabe
see,
says.
People. We'll see.
On Gabe, not Jen. It's on Gabe, not Jen. Cynthia L. This is interesting. As a child, I felt I could fly around my childhood home. I have to assume I was having vivid dreams. Any insight?
It's very common for children to have dreams of flying. I did all the time. I just knew that if somebody's coming to get me, I just well, I can fly away. I'll just fly. So, and I did that all the time. I didn't believe I could do that when I was awake. That would be different. But it's very common for children to believe in infinite possibilities, that they don't have the same limitations, that could be possible. And especially if you're having lucid dreams about that, sometimes children will fly away in their dreams because they feel helpless in their life. So yeah, pretty common. I think that's one of the reasons why, Jesus said, be like the child, because you're open to any kind of possibility like that. Not that you think that you can fly and you're going to jump off a building. That'd be mental illness or drugs. But just having that whimsical, why not, anything's possible. And sometimes that is left over from coming here from a place of infinite possibilities. Okay, so
when I was younger, into my 20s, I used to have dreams about seeing planes crash. Seeing plane crashes. Like in my neighborhood, where I grew up, 727 came over the hill and crashed. And I'm like, that's really weird. I'm not in the plane crash. I just see the plane crash. It's really weird.
Oh, in your 20s, you did that?
Yeah, up. I had that dream when I was younger, and then I had it again up into my 20s. Yeah, but then it stopped. So it was just really kind of odd.
It's interesting. Dreams is one of my favorite subjects. You're the best one to interpret your dreams. It's usually connected to something emotional.
Yeah, but I can't figure that one out. I'm observing it. I'm not part of it. I'm not scared of it. It's just something oh, wow, that sucks. Plane crash, might have been, my dad was on the plane crash investigation committee at Boeing, and he would come home and he would tell us stories and stuff about what they found. I remember him 3 a.m, all of a sudden, all kinds of commotion. The lights are on. dad's getting ready to fly to Africa because there was a Boeing plane that went down, and maybe it's just left over from that.
You probably associate a plane going down with something emotional, like everything's crashing,
or changed, or
yeah.
Kathy says, Gentel in the making just now from the Middle East. Urgent. The White House says we are coordinating to overthrow the Iranian regime. Well, okay. Let's do that.
Jesus. I love that.
Let's do that. All right. Okay, $20 for Jan S. says, my vision in my right eye is like blotchy. It's not floaters. I feel a little foggy in the head and a little unsteady. Did I, by chance, have a stroke?
Go and get checked out.
Yeah.
It may be sometimes even allergies can produce, like, gunk in your eye or on your eye, or you could get the beginnings of cataracts, and it'll start looking like that. But if you've got vision problems and you're feeling off, just go get checked out.
Yeah, go to the ER and tell them.
I'm not going to tell you yes or no right now because you should really get checked out for that.
Go to the ER and tell them about those symptoms, and they will put you in right away. Dario wants to know, says, have a meeting with a government entity. We already answered that question. Will it go well? Mm-hmm. We already answered you that question, Dario. And what was it, Jen? It'll go okay. You'll feel okay about it. Donna says you missed her rant yesterday. She wants to know, what is her special gift and when will she get to use it?
Your special gift is for you to decide. What I was talking about yesterday is that everybody has their soul, has their own vocation. They have a something that drives them, something that they're really good at, and that you should seek a humanitarian project that will help you express that or use that. So that's something I can tell you.
You kind of need to discover it for yourself.
You tend to be very empathetic. You are an empath. It's an energy reader. I do think that you have a great love for animals. So I think that something in that field you'd thrive in. It'd be very helpful.
Mm-hmm. Darlene wants to know how far she'll have to travel to the Redemption Center.
An hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah, like my special gift, or the thing that I think is what I do the most, is that I can take very complex technical stuff and I can make it seem simple. I'm really good at that.
So am I. Complicated concepts
and make them seem simple
enough to explain it to a child. Yeah, that's one of mine.
And that's you do that really well too. So,
and you really have the ability to retain a lot of information about names and dates and specifics.
Yeah, but that's
things that you're interested in.
Yeah, things that I'm interested in. Right? Yeah, you want to tell me about how to computer program and forget it.
I've never been big on specifics, names and dates and everything, unless it's something that I'm really interested in. It just kind of, it's always the main idea
in
me that I'll remember.
Yeah, Jen, it's actually it's like an intuitive knowledge that this is an important piece of information. So I tell my brain to remember it. Like, there'll be so many times when I'll hear something like, oh, the Germans, I don't know, America landed on the moon on April 20th, 1972. I don't know why that's important, but something just tells me that's important. Remember that. And then 3 years later, another factoid will come up that connects to it. And I'll go, oh, that's why that was important. Mm-hmm. So that's one thing. Yeah.
Because you're interested in it.
Yeah. Robert wants to know if he buys the house they currently live in on 2380 East Circle.
No, I really think that you choose a different location.
Okay.
That isn't so much work.
Okay, just a couple more. Hi, Jen. This is Janet and Rob. Will we be successful in purchasing 1000 Spraddle Creek Road in Vail, Colorado? Sounds like a nice place.
I do see you in Vail, Colorado, but it's not that address.
Probably find something better, guys. Thomas says, will I get a MedBed appointment before I get a dental implant finished? God, I'd like to have a MedBed before I have to go in for my...
No, I do think you finish that up. I feel like you have an appointment or something, or that comes first.
Okay. Keisha is telling us I had surgery a few years ago on my Achilles and it screwed me up, so I'm petrified. Will this surgery be okay? I was skipping to the store when I heard the pop. Wow.
You're so awesome. You were skipping.
Just like Aaron Rodgers.
I love her.
You know, sometimes with football players, you can actually see the Achilles just roll right up to their knee. It's awesome.
And you're right, Keisha. We would be best friends. We would.
Skipping to the store.
Let me see.
That's what you get for skipping.
It's like, oh, I'm going to walk to the store. Hey, you want to skip there? Yeah. Heck yeah, I want to skip there. Let's do that. Okay.
Will this surgery be okay?
I do think they repair it. I do think they do it right this time.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. James B says, when do you see me getting a better job or a career? I don't see myself staying where I'm at for too long. You must work at Arrowhead Products in Stanton, California. Shithole.
I really see you moving on to something that was more like a labor of love, a humanitarian project, a dream that you have. Late spring or in the spring of this year.
Okay. Robin wants to know, Jen, do you see me going through with the surgery I have scheduled for next week?
Yes.
Okay. JC wants to know, M or B? M or B for JC? M or B for JC? Sorry.
I'm going to say B.
Ooh.
Okay, I got to go. I have somebody in 10 minutes.
3 more. Sia Kaufman, thank you for all your hard work, guys. Will I exchange at a bank or a military base in Alaska?
I do think it's on a base.
Josephine wants to know, M or B?
B.
Okay, and Kendra wants to know if she is an M or a B.
Multiple B.
Wow. Cool for you. Okay, guys, that is going to wrap the show. Thank you all for being here. Thanks for this. Jen, we'll see you back here next Monday. I got a really strong, good feeling that we could be talking about what's something that's already happened by the time we get there. And
okay, so yeah,
doing a philosophy show this week?
Yeah, I'm trying to decide. I've only got like an hour and I got at 10:30 in the morning, so I don't know if I'm going to do it in the morning. And then I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I do want it to be tomorrow night,
Okay.
unless I burn out and
just want the night off. Yeah, that happens. That happens. All right, guys. Thank you for being here. I will be back on Whiskey and Wisdom tonight. Hopefully Zester makes it, and that's the plan. I plan on being there. And Jen, thank you for all the advice about Barkley. I just wanted to know that he's happy and he's not in severe pain. And yeah, we got to get him on a little bit of a diet to lose some weight. He's a big puffball. He's all fluffy and he's just big, round, puffy dog. So thanks for the help with that. And we love you guys and appreciate you. Anything else, or are we good? We're good.
gotta go.
Stay faithful. Stay strong. It's coming. I feel like it's coming this week. Stay in there. Hang in there.